survive. The news is lies. The food is modified. Got you looking in the sky, but in the hearts where Allah resides. White man terrorized, homeland genocide. Don't wanna see us rise. I see the hate in these devil's eyes. If you tired of this shit, get the fuck up. If you ready for a change, throw them fists up. If we gon' make it happen, load them clips up. We call this manpower cause we got it.
Yo, peace. We back. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Got lost, but here we go. We back. We make it happen. Yeah, so that joint, yeah, it's a different vibe than anything else on the album, but I think it's, oh, wait, hold on. Run that back. Pull up selector. Track what? 9 or 10?
10.
10. Brass Balls. Orion. That was a good one. Was out with that last joint, right? It was off some drill trap wave shit. I got my 20-something-year-old nephew on it. You know, I'm keeping up with the trend, doing what he does, but still keeping it boom, bap, raw, and hip-hop. You know, it doesn't mean I switch my style. I'm going to always do me. I always come correct. This joint is on some real storytelling. Yo, what they do, 305. You know we here live, baby. Yo, this features my brother Orion from What They Do, Brass Balls in the house right now. This joint, me and Orion had did another joint, and it just didn't work. We ended up piecing this story together, and I sent them this track, which has a really dope. This is one of the newer tracks we did too, Ruin. It was one of the last beach bats we had sent. It was definitely in the vein of what me and Ruin do as far as the sound, and I sent it to Orion, and Orion came through with the most disgusting story topic for it. You're about to see, and you know, we built a story, we chopped it up, we really made this shit a movie. This is a movie. This is reminiscent of that. Don't be rushing me, son. Wheel it up. Here we go. This joint, Food for Thought, Kingdom Come, Ruin, featuring Orion, aka Brass Balls of What They Do. I want y'all to listen to this because we got a part 2 coming. This is just a small taste. We're going to end the story, but here we go. What the fuck? Out back,
yeah, now that the herbs high's worn off, another serve drink of vodka smeared off. More than half drunk, but only had 2. Sunk in the seat as I spotted some funny residue. What the fuck in my booze? Must have knocked me in snooze. Missing my socks and shoes. My wallet, my celly, damn, how much more did I lose? Splitting headache, brain, a broken fuse. In the telly, drapes are open, scorching pupils. Sunlight is brutal, a strong bite from Cujo. All from a dumb night for Kulo. Cunt laid me like sumo. I recall not just 1, but 2 hoes. Hesitant to call that 911. The bitches got me like dudes I've seen in the news. I know they from New York, affiliated with Woos. So besides the ego bruise, worry about my peoples too. Let me ride the fuck out, call the team, see what we could do.
Got a call from Orion saying let's meet it soon. This nigga sounded high in the Eiffel. Let me drop my seat, I'll be right through it. Ain't gon' lie, see me describe shit out the evening news. Got Vic by some bitch, pulling a lick, Típico Miami shit. Must've slid some pills in his drink. Felt nauseous, got the chills, and when he blinked, that's when for real he started to sink or free fall. Feeling high in a seagull, doing a speedball off 3 titties like Total Recall. Up and down like a seesaw. Memories vague, but the last thing that he saw, standing over him, all in his pockets, was 2 twins going to war like Jacob and Esau. I pull up to the Motel 6 in a white Crown Vic. He comes out staggering, almost flips and trips to the ground. Shit, just hop in the whip. I'ma go to the front desk and talk to this chick. I said to get a load of this. I got some info that'll plot getting thick. I was able to convince. She proceeds to describe the assailants and even shows me the video clips. Wait, I see a license plate number. And in my heightened state wonder who set it up and got paid under. We gon' find them like a claims adjuster. No te preocupes, papo. Don't worry. I got the name and number y todos los datos.
Tirando tierra, guantelando lo que próximo que hago. Approach it like a desperado. Follow GPS pin. We use that plate. verify, extend. Right there, that's down. Sure enough, la misma placa. We came to bust ninguno fun, the respectful revancha.
Yeah, let's get him. Toma.
So pásame la plancha. Tengo dos para la primera que me lanza.
Take that, motherfucker. Bro. Yeah, so shout out to my brother Orion. We got part 2 coming to that joint. Culminate the story. Earl, what it do? Big girl in the house. Low zone. What it do, my brother? Yeah, that's a funky joint right there. You love that one.
Yeah,
Once
that's pretty hard.
The Ruin was like, yo, that shit is crazy. That story's insane.
Yeah,
you gotta really. We go in on that. It's a short ass joint, but it just shows you. We go in on the storytelling on that one. So it's a real fire joint, man. I love that joint right there. So be on the lookout for part 2 of that. Shout out to everyone tuning in. This is the Takeover with Kingdom Kome and RUEN, and you hearing the Malbec album in its entirety. We're giving you the tits and glimpse of the creation process behind it. Shout out to Weekly Rap Gods. This is what we do. Pure hip-hop culture in its essence. We live it, we breathe it, and we represent it. So we do. You already know, Orion. We do this. Earl, much love. Ya tu sabes, papi. Here we go. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Appreciate it. What's the next one on the agenda, RUEN? What's
Seven Seal.
Ooh, all right. Hold up. So this was a hard one. Shout out to my brother Aswell who mixed the project.
Shout out to Aswell.
Shout out to my brother Justin Aswell, one of the illest engineers in the game right here. This joint is called 7 Seal, and it's definitely a posse cut. I ended up putting a bunch of Miami MCs that I respect, that I work with, that are family to me on this joint. This is myself, obviously with RUEN, featuring UB, the apex of the THC crew. If y'all don't know, Maybach Latino. My brother's been putting in work in the Miami scene for eons, all right? Then we got my brother Serum, who's a fucking underground hip-hop legend. UB, Serum. We got my homie Triple Z, who's fucking nice, one of the new up-and-coming cats down there. Triple Z's on it. We got my fucking brother DJ Excess, one of the nicest fucking DJs in the world next to RUEN. And then we got my brother Excess's family. Shout out to Excess.
Yeah.
And then
shout out to Excess.
H2 Owens in the building. You know, Pro Fresh Scythe Life. If y'all don't know, y'all checking the VCC as well. This is family, and this is an apocalyptic dark joint. This is like my chamber right here. This is what I grew up in my mid 20s doing. This is the pocket it was. So it's kind of a reminiscent to that. It's on some Sons of Man, Remnant Militia. I don't know if y'all remember Remnant Militia back in the days, but it's definitely a dope joint. And we had to do a lot of work on the production. We ended up switching up a lot of stuff on the production, chorus with the cuts to make it entertaining and dope, because it's coming in at what, 6 minutes and 30 seconds, this joint?
6.5 minutes. So I got a little stagnant, so I flipped the beat at the end. I felt like it needed it. But yeah.
To me, it was a barbaric onslaught of MCs. It was dope, but this is my album as much as it is RUEN. So he was just like, nah, we need to switch up the last 2 verses, make the beat flip. We ended up doing something different with the hooks and the cuts, and I think it came together really dope. And this is just what we do in Miami. This is bars right here for y'all. So peep it. 7 Seal.
When the Lamb broke the 7th seal, there was silence in heaven for about half an hour. So the overall structure of Revelation is 7 seals leading to 7 trumpets leading to 7 bowls of wrath.
It's the 4-course dinner. I rock a horse like the Porsche emblem, and we the gods spitting raw venom. Bring the alarm like Saw Tender. My hunger major, I undertake ya like Paul Bearer. You fucking with this shit? Nah, never. Be all clever. Twisted plot like the movie Saw ends up. I'm sick as influenza. Say my name and watch you tense up. Anger pent up like Pazienza. 10 hut. smack your friends up. You gon' end up in a wet cement truck. I send slugs and make them all to the hills. Drum start to spill with the tongue getting ill. Cause for real, I'm trilling. Kingdom ain't one to chill. I never said it if it wasn't real. Now you know the fucking deal. Bustin' still, #1 McGuffin Hill. Dust, tussle pills. Pocket stuff with bills. My crown reach heights like heaven's still. This verse to 7
I saw 7 angels standing before God, eliminating every op squad against all that divine God. Where you never been, I'm in deep within the lion's den, building never slacking, trying to comprehend the sons of men. Our sons will soon be men, our legacies are them. Place yourselves on top of the totem, that's how the seeds will win. My 7 seal, it took 7 deals to eat and not a meal. I'm talking all of us evening out the playing field. Slaying villains in real life, not only movie reels. You be sleeping on, you be skilled like it's a new reveal. The apex been nice like puffing on Doobie's field. Y'all capping like y'all got some jewels, get your rubies drilled. Rookies behaving like some newbies with mills. But we've been in the field and doing it for real since the Peruvian deals. I'm on my brand Nubian, jump up, we beat you down. We deal with bosses, word is bond, no need to meet you clowns.
Knocking down your building fixtures, lyrical missiles. I'm sick of the civil discourse over police with pistols. Them Quicksilver, I never miss you. Family kicking your corpse, closed casket man with no remorse. Fucking rappers, they better beware. As spitting like reptile, bloody your kin is what dreaded my hair. Now I ain't friendly, sober off the jack, serving stiff kicks to these limp dicks with all that cap. So bite the bullet, I'm being nice if I pull it, living life to the fullest. Say you fucking and count if it's true. This shit is food, go golfing and rap, summon to this plane in a hurricane because these fucks is lame. And say my name 3 times, that's too many. The 7 seals broken, so victims is found a plane. And Kingdom Coming, and you summon the omen and blooded the pole. I slit my wrist 6 times when I wrote it.
7 souls and I stole them, so call me Shang Tsung. 7 unholy illness, so let it rain blood. 736 through several personalities and 7 yell like MSK when getting up in Cali streets, taking lessons from the elemental. For 7 that told me never forget the gems from the decades they left in dust. We excelling Machiavellian, not the Jedi rebellion as existential accelerant for heads we selling medicine. Levitate when I meditate my melanin intelligence and listening to for extraterrestrial messages. Armageddon commences when I bring the stench and happiness, indifference, dismissiveness to hell and heaven's entrances. I don't believe in good and evil, believe in cause and effect, cause it's the proper perspective. My trust I never put in people. It's like they got in the flesh, but with demonic intentions.
My transcripts transmit through space on a higher frequency. Message melts your mind's frequencies. Low frequency ciphers frequently. You got a squad, but don't go as deep as we. It's that low life THC, Pro Fresh, Black and BCC Academy on WVCC. I play all the records adamantly, tossing into the audience every live audio grenade they hand to me. Don't know about no 7 seal of revelation. All I know is every week I reveal the real on my radio station and shit on your fakeness. This is soundtrack to the alien invasion, and I ain't talking spaceships, Caribbean, Central, and South Americans killing immigration agents. Where my Middle Easterners and Asians, indigenous natives, time to join our nations and take back the America they never gave us. Storm their flimsy gates until they cave in. If people are gonna storm the Capitol, no containment, just bullets graded. But they can't kill all of us. United, we impossible to crush. Let's make them all eat that fucking wall they asked for so much.
We're low in my marinara sauce with extra garlic, crushed red peppers and vino on the side like I'm an alcoholic. That's not the case. My Cabernet case, my lovely pouring while the 7 trumpeters blow brass horns. It's never boring. Never. Apocalyptic visions over dinner, nothing foreign. Breaking bread with their heads of state, prevent the family warring. Jezebels be whoring, spitting warnings about the weapon hoarding. That's pillow talk. I never snitch on no recording. Never. Food and wine is what I stay supporting. Angel hair pasta in the morning. Carbonara for the muscle forming. Yeah, espresso spark the brainstorming. Face the room absorbing. Vibes to help the guys create like architects with mapping drawings. I'm hard to sketch cause I'm never still. I'm off the flooring. Anywhere I build, you see the fire from the metal forging. Cold steel and liquid form is what my blood is coursing. When the mouth is introduced, my temperature is scorching.
I saw 7 angels who stand before God, and 7 trumpets with written.
Whew. Yeah, so that joint was called Seven Seal because it was like the seals of revelation broke. It was 6 MCs on that joint. Ruen's the 7th, and you know he's basically telling you with the hook, what more can I say? It just ended up being an amazing track. Yeah, and you heard it. It's a verbal onslaught for 6.5 minutes. Shout out to everyone on the yeah, bars. Yeah, shout out to everyone tuning in. The next joint, that's just the warm up for that. The next joint's called the Bald Eagle, and this is a very deep joint where we just going in on the state, current state of affairs in the world, and just shout out to my Low Life Miami family. This joint features myself, Louis the Fourth, who now goes by 4 Mega, my brother C Traffic, who we got an album coming out, the Free Knots, February 22nd, the new Free Knots album, which side are you on? We're going to be in Mexico rocking February 14th through the 18th with RUEN. We got a big gig in Mexico coming up in another 2 weeks. My brother Lazarus Child, one half of Supreme Sorcerers, with myself is on the joint. My brother Key to Life, Joey Does is on the joint. And this is just Low Life Miami hip-hop at its finest. This joint's called the Bald Eagle. And I want you to tell me what y'all think about this one because it's a fire joint. It's deep, too. Listen. I need y'all to listen.
Yeah. Listen. Check. This the final hour. Ain't no sequel. We take the power back to the people. Rise up against the cowards spreading evil. Those whose symbol is the bald eagle. Orchestrating acts in a talk cathedral. See the battles within, so make amends and shed your skin. Become who you've always been. The fouls from then, the more in the shadow of men. Shoot arrows and pins. Words fly like sparrows of wind. Time to free the clone cattle. With shackles of thin, you chattel to them. And when the ends realize that they strong united, that's when the battle is win. The walls are closing in. It's getting narrow and thin.
The blood of the innocent spilled on stolen land is all a scam, part of the plan to keep you programmed. American by the hand that so-called feeds you. Got us fighting and hating our own people, investing our hoods with liquor stores and perico, sagging your pants like Adidas and Chipirito. That's for muchachitos. This that grown man rap where I tell you to fight back, cause we're under attack.
No rulers, no masters, no rap masters, acting like assholes, controlling the cash flow, spending digits of dead presidents. Who controls the crypto and who controls the Fed? Who controls the way you live and how you raise your kids? Consumer plant and you a fugitive. If you wanna heal the sick without the chemo, it's a hustle just to fleece the people. Making medicine so expensive that your death wish is to die before you see how deep the debt is. Let the people live. We gon' rise up and smash the establishment.
Hey, yo, off top, ever since Everest Mount, cattle walk this route. Sunshine without a shadow of a doubt. Takeover, shatter crowns, caterpillar mad rounds. Yeah, they all armed, the army of empire gather pounds. 2 times they size, true crimes provide. Murder, death, kill, a few homicides. A few lions had eyed. Wolves in sheep clothing disguise. Feast with bald eagles and not surprised, cause it's like a jungle sometimes.
Yo, Illuminati illuminated who Satan was it Adam, had him in a headlock, ain't swinging deadlock, check clocks, time ticks infinite, non-stop, flip pops. Props going bottle drops, Hawaiian, Mayan, mind and red, dining, defining moments, timing your opponent perfect. Never
service. So certain the verses, automatic, organic, fresh searches to purchase God's granite.
The eagle is a phoenix as it rises from the ashes. Above the head is 13 stars, symbol of magic. Black constellations break your concentration with the mapping. 6-pointed star of David for the land which we inhabit. E pluribus unum, out of many comes one. Eternal is the Lazarus, God's begotten son from the states of the Union. The Civil War was won. I burn your rebel flag and cut out your racist tongue.
Yeah, that's an automatic rewind right there. We were going in on that one. You got to really listen to what's going on that. Shout out to all my Low Life family. That's a banger right there. And we're getting close to the end of the album, right? That's track, yes, Free Knots in the building. Free Knots. Yes. Which Side Are You On? New album dropping February 22nd. Catch us rocking in Acapulco with Ruin. February 14th through the 18th. It's going down. So before
that's an old beat too, actually.
Funny enough.
That's a beat I was sitting on for like 5 years. So like easy. It was funny. Like I was just trying to figure out an idea. And then you
remember I had
all these artists on it.
I had a different
like, all right, dope, let's drop it.
I had a different hook on that one before, and you were like, I'm kind of saving it for something else. I think I had like some Charlie Chaplin war speech on it. Because to me that beat, it always sounded like militant and drums, right? It was like a war chant. That's what I heard when I first heard it.
It's a sample. It's a sample I found on YouTube from the 70s that I ripped on YouTube and just flipped it, basically.
Well, it had those trumpets. It was just barbaric and war and like just – and then I had the idea to just, I had a whole verse to it. But then like, when I'm creating a story or a project, I like to – as Ruin, I'm OCD with my shit and very hands-on with the production, with every bit of process of the album. So it was just like creating something bigger, and that one just fit right for telling a dope story and just, waking the people up with the war chants on it. So I love that joint right there. And,
me too.
Those two posse cuts.
And all the MCs, everyone killed it on that, by the way.
Yeah. No, it's godly right there. That's a godly ass joint. And that was track 12. This brings us to the wrap of the album, which was like the sleeper cell. This is the last joint we actually did for the album. It was a beat, another one. I've been sitting on this beat forever, right?
Yeah.
And we just ended up like feeling like it was a perfect way to wrap up the album. This one's called Now It's Time. And you tuned in to Weekly Rap Gods, Kingdom Come, Ruin, the Takeover, Malbec album on all streaming sites. Go get it, support it. Hip hop is in the building. Let's go.
This here's sacred, so fuck my fears, time to chase it. Too many years wasted and tears tasted. Not to mention all my peers that got placed in statements facing arraignments. Wish I could tell you that life's great. I fucked up and made a few slight mistakes. Got my back against the wall. Haters wanna see me fall, but I'ma stand tall. Cause no matter what, y'all, I refuse to lose to these fools. No matter how hard the odds are stacked up against you, it's what you've been through. It's what you use under the gun. So hand the trophy over to this boy. Cause time for the whole world to know my name. Time for the whole world to know my name. I know how much time I put into this. All the nights of blood, sweat, and tears, all the sacrifices. Everything I had to give up, everything I lost, everything I gained, all the obstacles and
They see the glory, but they don't see the whole story. And surely, all those obstacles placed before me, torn and abused, scorned and bruised. All the shit a brother been through make me feel like I was born to lose. It takes a man to take a stand and place his faith in his hands. The risk in life I take it. Many nights I wasted, fist fights and cases. I lost so many dead friends to a grave pit. Spent nights up in the lab holding a pen and pad, contemplating whether or not to call it an N-word rap. Picture that. Picture me debating whether or not I'm gonna make it. Let's face it, the game is mine, so I'm gonna take it.
Whew. I felt like that was like the culmination of where I'm at in my career, like all the shit I've been through, both me and Ruin, all the successes we've had, the sacrifices, the heartaches, and that was just kind of like me being like, okay, here it is. This is where I stand. This is what it is now, and it just ended up being a really dope way to end the album. A lot of people ended up being like, yo, that's my favorite joint, and it was just, you know, it was a sleeper joint on the album. So without further ado, man, that brings you to Malbec. We went through all 13 joints. You know what I'm saying? You tuned in to Weekly Rap Gods. This is the Takeover with your brother Kingdom Kome and my brother DJ RUEN. And I hope you enjoy the album. The album's out on all streaming sites. It'll be up on Bandcamp and SoundCloud now. If it wasn't this crazy week, I'd be like RUEN in my studio, but I'm out in Vegas handling some work. I'm at the Champs Trade Show. You know, craziness. We out here grinding, but salute to everybody tuned in. Salute to the family, the Universal family. Malbec's out everywhere. Go follow RUEN. Go follow me. Go get Malbec. Stay tuned in. Support Weekly Rap Gods and the work that they do, because, you know, this is for the culture, man. So support.
Yeah,
appreciate everyone rocking in. Any last words, RUEN?
No, just you summed it up pretty well. Thank you, Weekly Rap Gods. Thank you, everyone that tuned in and supported. Keep it moving.
We got a lot more work coming through. Stay tuned in. Me and RUEN stay working. So support the movement. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. And we love you, man. This is for the people. This is for the culture. This is for the progression of the art, man. Much love. Let's get it.
Thank you. Good night, guys.
Peace.